I'll stop. Swear live. Um, what's up, YouTube? I hope this video is not lagging, even though it is live. So I was just gonna go live real quick and talk about this Libra full moon because it's definitely been on my mind. I may play with the tarot a little bit. I got my Tarot de la Nuit cards. Oh, what's that? The High Priestess. Okay, so and I myself am a Libra. So, anyways, with this moon, what I am noticing and realizing is for that is it. This moon is emphasizing on healing in your love relationships, healing in your family relationships, healing in your work relationships. If it's not necessarily healing for you, it's harmonizing and balancing. So this is the time where you definitely reflect on how these relationships are working for you, what it is that you can do in these relationships, what it is that you can let go from these relationships, how can you make them better and bring more balance. A lot of you, if you are in relationships right now, there may be an influx in infatuation and affection. As you guys know, Libra is ruled by Venus, so just love all around. For those of you who are single, and not in relationships at this time, this is definitely getting epiphanies on how you've been hurt, why you've been hurt, probably asking the question why, what happened. Um, but I do want to definitely emphasize on growth, how this Libra full moon can allow you to grow through either if you've been hurt or even if you are in a relationship that's flourishing. Getting to know yourself, what brings balance to yourself, what brings balance to you as an individual, what do you like, what makes you happy, what makes you sad. Taking the time out to write about these things so you can know, to journal about these things so you can have something to go and look back on and reflect. For those of you who are not good at writing, making a video and jotting your talking points so again you can go back and reflect. When it comes to healing through being broken and healing trauma of the past, it is one, healing starts with forgiveness. So this is an imperative time to really take that time out to forgive yourself, forgive those who have hurt you, and forgive those who you may feel are not deserving of forgiveness at all, because either they don't understand why they've wronged you or they don't care that they've wronged you in any way. Forgiveness is not something you do for other people. Forgiveness is something you do for yourself so you can truly let go and release that pain so that pain does not have power or hold over your life anymore. So with this Libra full moon and you being able to focus on forgiveness, if that's something you need to do, because this video is definitely, as I continue to talk, healing through trauma, healing through pain, and forgiving those who've hurt you that caused this trauma and this pain. Let's just relationship forms on deck other than romantic, family, friends, work, whatever. At times, a lot of people are going through things and they are not looking outside of themselves when they are causing this type of pain or hurt onto other people. A lot of times people are projecting because they themselves are dealing with pain and hurt or being let down, and they have not taken the time out to do the work, to utilize steps in healing, like one, admitting that you're hurt, two, understanding it's okay to be hurt, three, feeling validated for your pain because no one can tell you that you have the right to be hurt or not. So being validated for how you feel, and then working on, accepting, okay, this has happened. It cannot be changed. And five, forgiving to move forward, because all things that have happened to us cannot be changed. The past cannot be rewritten. The only thing that we can write and dictate is the present and the future. So when it comes to healing these relationships with work and friends and whatnot, it's just understanding that sometimes people, places, and things have a season in your life and they are not meant to stay in your life forever. They were meant to be in your life for that moment. And if you are able to really write down, video down, or take some time to analyze that and understand the lesson, some of us, we have to learn these lessons in loving without conditions, giving without expectation. Um, Ooh, I'm like, is there a number three? I want to stick to the giving without expectation and loving without conditions, and understanding that nobody has to do anything for you. No one is entitled to do anything for you unless you're a minor and you still live in your parents' house and they got to take care of you, which is provide a roof over your head, 3 meals a day, and clothes. Okay. That's if you're a minor. But if you're a whole adult, nobody owes you nothing. You are responsible for yourself. No one is responsible for your happiness, and no one can give you that happiness. You have to give that to yourself. So when you give without expectation, being able to do that is coming from a place, being able to come from a place where you give, where you're giving because you truly want to give, because you know what it means to give, and to being able to brighten up the next person's day by just giving them. Sometimes giving is a smile, sometimes giving is monetary, sometimes giving is of time, you know? So when you're able to give these things without expecting anything back, that's you coming to a point, really being able to come to a point in your healing journey, where you can let go and understand that even though the people that were supposed to give to you with expectation, a lot of the times, now I'm just double backing because now I'm just talking. A lot of the times, trauma happens in the childhood. Okay. We were given with expectation in our childhood because what we give, we want to receive back, especially from our parents, friends, family at that time. That's important, understanding the giving and receiving relationship. But we were not able to understand, or we were not provided that understanding of the giving and receiving in a healthy environment, then that's where we have to teach it for ourselves and understand. A lot of the times, to give without expectation is just, again, to understand what it means to be able to brighten up someone's day by giving your time, giving a smile, giving your opinion, giving that conversation, giving that emotional support because that's what you wanted. Now, when it comes to loving without conditions, y'all, this is a huge thing because in the world today, we are just very much taught, it's very much expressed that love is a conditional thing. In order for me to love you, I need you to do XYZ. I'll do XYZ. So being able to love without conditions is very hard. That's probably a whole other video within itself. So let me just tap on it quick. To me, to give love without condition is to be able to give love to someone the way you want to receive it. All right. Period, point blank. Treating that whole saying, treat others how you want to be treated, really goes a long way in the love relationship when it comes to family, friends, and even partners. Okay. But right now we're just talking about partner relationship. We're not even talking about partner relationships. We're talking about friends, family, coworkers. All right. And how that healing can take place, how that understanding can take place is you being able to give of yourself without expecting anything back from anyone or having any conditions, just you being able to go and treat people the way you want to be treated, period. Now, let's just tap on, because I'm not keeping notes. I'm not even understanding what my speaking point is right now. So let's just tap on love in a relationship and healing through this time with this Libra full moon, y'all. So as y'all know, Libra is about balance. And when it comes to healing right now, especially if you are feeling heartbroken or have been left or feeling like you need to break away, what is it that you need, or what is it that you are expecting from the other person, right? Or expected from that other person? If you guys have cut ties, what is it that you expected from that other person? Make a list. right? Now, what is it that you're expecting from yourself? And I need you to compare that list and see which of these things are the same. Because we can only really expect from someone what it is that we're giving and what it is that we are expecting from ourselves. If we are expecting someone to love us more than we love ourselves, that is kind of, I don't want to say unreal, but that's putting your happiness, your hope, a lot of that in someone else's hands. So you need to be able to give these things to yourself. And at this time is where you could really feel, really take the time to decide and know what it is that you want. Um, these hidden things, this is the high priestess, y'all. These things hidden, these secrets that you keep hidden from yourself. What is it that you really need to feel safe and secure? How is it that you can really be secure in a relationship with someone so you can really be secure in a relationship with yourself? You know? So this is just the high priestess, y'all. So again, when it comes to, you already know how I'm going to do this with the tarot. I'm going to break it down and see what it is, just what's going on. I chose these cards because they're my moon cards and they show what's hidden. Oh, and again about what's hidden. There we go. This moon, what's hidden, what's beneath the surface of this love relationship that may not even be in your life anymore. What is it that you really wanted to get out of it? Again, when it comes to the lesson, y'all, a lot of these relationships that have been temporary, that have gone away, especially in love, whether it was 1 year, 2 year, 10 years, 50 years, 3 months, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 hours. What is a lesson that you learned that you really needed to come to an understanding about in your life at this point? A lot of the lessons that love teaches us is to, one, love ourselves, is to give ourselves the loves that we feel or we are deserving from others, to do that for ourselves. Emotional support is a really big thing that a lot of us need and want, but we don't say it, to be able to speak to someone and be vulnerable with them and feel safe and not feel judged. That is another thing that's important. Let's see. So now we got emotional support. And just a companion, just someone that you could be friends with, that you could talk to about anything. These are things that we really want. Sometimes a lot of us, we just want someone to be there so we don't feel alone. That's another whole video in itself, to be being able to be comfortable with yourself, and be alone with yourself, so you're not depending on someone's presence, and you're not putting up with things that make you unhappy. You know that this is a red flag for you, just so you don't have to be alone. This is another something that this moon is allowing us to really dig deep on, and really, this is what's coming up from our surface. This is what's beneath the surface that's coming up, and allowing us to analyze these love relationships that may not be in our life at this time. And again, with the sun, getting that illumination, getting that clarity about what it is that you really need, what you really need to keep going, from yourself or from others, but really from yourself first before you can get it from another. All right. Let's just see what the card said, or what card comes up so I could dictate it. The Eight of Swords. So these are thoughts that turn into emotions, thoughts that keep us down, and a lot of negative self-talk. If we do not exude that confidence within ourselves, or if we are lacking confidence within ourselves, we cannot really expect someone else to give it to us, because then we'll be leaning on it, on them for that. And when they stop giving us that, we'll feel a void or a gap. You have to know that you're deserving. You have to know that you are worthy. You have to know that you're beautiful. You have to know that things that have happened to you were not your fault, especially if they happened to you when you were young, especially if they're even now, even then, it's not your fault. People will treat you no better than they treat themselves. So you cannot expect for someone to treat you better than they are treating themselves. So when it comes to this Eight of Swords, these thoughts, this mindset, this self-doubt, this self-imprisonment, especially if you are analyzing a relationship at this time, it is not your fault. It was not your fault. Everyone has their personal things that they're going through and working through. Okay. So again, what are these thoughts? But this is important because what are these thoughts that are coming up? These are the thoughts that you need to analyze, or that you should analyze and write down and see how many of those thoughts really pertain to you and how many of those thoughts may have been projections from someone else. Okay. But even then, again, this is me feeling, when I see this card, a lot of people really deem themselves unworthy, or they blame themselves for shortcomings and shortfalls in relationships when when it's two individuals trying to come together and be whole. As two individuals, you guys need to be whole, one within self, before you can be whole together. So it's understanding your healing that you need to go through, and dealing with, but even in understanding that you are worthy of all love, and that yes, things happen to everyone, good and bad alike. um, None of them were not your fault. You are not a bad person. You're not a bad person because of what has happened in your past. You are not a bad person because you love someone wholeheartedly and they cheated and lied and walked all over you. That's their issue. You have to know that you are worthy of more. And even though you were in that relationship and in that situation, you are not in that relationship or situation anymore. Or even if you are at this time, you have the power to leave. You can gain the power to leave, to walk away, to find yourself, to know that you are worthy and deserving of more. You don't have to allow someone to talk to you some type of way to keep you down. Page of Cups. Okay. Ooh, oh my God, y'all. Okay, I should start off with this at the beginning. Page of Cups, wanting, it's like wanting and seeking and needing to be loved, needing to be fulfilled through relationships. No, you have to be whole and fulfilled within yourself. You don't need anyone to validate you, who you are, to validate the love that you're able to give and able to receive. You are love. You are love. You are abundance. You are worthy. You're all these things, okay? You don't need someone to come in and validate you through these things. You don't need to chase after people for them to see your worth. People are going to come in, the people that are meant to be in your life will come in and see your worth right off the bat. You don't have to chase them down for it. You don't have to continue to call, text. If they're not responding, okay, that's on them. Okay, if the relationship is not working out, or if they are not giving you what it is that you want or need, give that attention to yourself. Don't seek it from someone else. The Empress. Okay. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. You are abundant, all within yourself. And then we got the Emperor. You're beautiful. You're abundant, all within yourself. If someone is struggling, I'm going to just say this just because I am reading the tarot. Someone is struggling at this time with the relationship to make an offer because they don't feel good enough, because they have their own issues, own trust issues. This person is so afraid of being hurt. So afraid of being hurt that they keep it to themselves, and they have locked themselves out of love. Now, when you come across somebody like that, y'all, they may bleed all over you, and you may be doing any and everything to make them see like you are trying to be in their life, you want to be in their life. But again, it's their own mind that plays against them. I'm sorry, but that's something. Again, our mind is very powerful, and their own mind, someone's mind is playing against them, and may have them ultimately missing out on a relationship. That sucks, but they may be coming to that realization at this time. But anyways, that's just that. I'm not doing a tarot read. I should go ahead and do a tarot read. But the Empress right now, this is you. beauty, abundance, growth, stability. If you're masculine, this is you. Beauty, abundance, growth, stability, control, fortune, force, domination. There's a couple here. All right. You are able to be in both your masculine and feminine energy. And that is what you're balancing out, understanding that it's okay to be it's okay to be emotional. And it's okay at times when to not be emotional, knowing the time and place for these emotions, knowing the time and place when it's time to be emotional and when it's time to be hard. Okay. There's a time and place for everything. I do not own the rights to the music playing in the background if y'all can hear that. Because I know I can. The Two of Swords and Ten of Swords, again with that mind. But again, this is a Libra full moon. So these are the things on our mind. These are the thoughts coming up. These are the thoughts that we are sifting through and going back and forth in our head. The things that have hurt us, people that have hurt us, places that have hurt us being in that head and heart decision. Do we come in and say what we have to say, or do we just leave it at that? I'm gonna tell you right now, if you got something to say to somebody, but you don't know if you should say it or if you want to say, write it down first and see if it's and then even just determine if people are really worth your time. Just determine that first. Or if it's more worth your time to put that energy into yourself, transmute that energy and put it into yourself. Write it down. Focus on your goals, your dreams, your inspirations, your aspirations, and what it is that you want to do and need to do. Okay. Don't continue to give to people who are not giving back to you. All right. So, and then we have the Empress again. And we have the angel of the night. So, I just want you to know that you are worth all the love. You deserve all the love, joy, respect that your heart desires. But you got to give that from you, and you have to see that in you first. And that's what this Libra full moon is bringing up, and hopefully allowing you to really analyze and come to that lesson that you have to give yourself these things first. You have to be balanced and harmonized within yourself before someone else can come in and be that balance and harmony for you. All right, that's all I got for y'all. Thank you for watching.